2 are independent of the name of the Lord Vishnu. Number 3, to disobey the orders of the spiritual master. Number 4, to blaspheme the scriptures or scriptures in pursuance to the Vedic version. Number 5, to consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna to main imagination. Number 6, to give some interpretations to the holy name of the Lord. Number 7, to commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name. Number 8, to consider the chanting of Hare Krishna as one of the auspicious ritualistic activities which are offered in the Vedas as 42 activities Karmakanda. Number 9, to instruct a faithless person about the holy name of the Lord, about the glories of the holy name. Number 10, to not have complete faith in the chanting of the holy name and to maintain a big material attachments even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. There is also an offense to be meditative while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be Vaishnava must guard against his offenses in order to achieve it. Said successfully. Krishna Prema. Hare Krishna devotees. Once again, welcome all of you to this Bhakti Sanga Japa conference call. So before moving on to our next call, I would like to know who are on the call today. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण अनिता माता जी डबलत प्रणाम शिला प्रभुपाद की जय गुरु महाराज की जय प्रीति दासी from Charlotte. हरे कृष्ण.
Hare Krishna Preeti Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much Mataji for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण.
Hare Krishna Anitha Mataji. My humble obeisances to you and all assembled devotees. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. This is Paramapābanī Śyāmā Devī from Baltimore, Maryland. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Paramapābanī Śyāmā Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much Mataji for joining the call and thank you for your services on Bhakti Sanga. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Anitha Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Vinita Gandharvika Devidasi from College Station, Texas. Thank you Mataji for your last minute services. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much Mataji for allowing me to do the service and thank you for joining the call. Welcome to the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Anitha Mataji, all glories Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. My humble obeisances to you and all the devotees. This is Krishna Kumari Devdasi from Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Krishna Kumari Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Thank you so much Mataji for joining the call consistently and welcome to the call Mataji. Hare Krishna. Anyone else who would like to introduce themselves?
Hare Krishna Anitha Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj. This is Shyama Devi Dasi from Charlotte, and thank you Mataji for your wonderful service.
Hare Krishna, Shyamaguri Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much Mataji for allowing me to do the service and welcome to the call Mataji. Thank you for all your association and all your arrangements for this Bhagavatam class. Thank you so much Mataji. Hare Krishna. Moni Lakshmi Mataji, do you want to go ahead?
Hare Krishna Mataji, then I'll to you and all the devotees.
Okay, anyone else would like? Yes.
Hare Krishna Anitha Ramya Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. My humble obeisances to all the assembled devotees. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga. This is Sushmita from Canada. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Sushmita Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much Mataji for always being there and rushing up for the service. Thank you for all your association Mataji and welcome to the call Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Anitha Ramaya Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and all the assembled devotees. This is Indulekha Karna Devi Dasi from Omaha. Thank you so much Mataji for always volunteering and doing your services so perfectly. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Indulekha Karuna Mataji, the techie of Bhakti Sanga. Welcome to the call Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much Mataji for always being there at the back end and doing all the services for us. Hare Krishna. Okay, so we'll move on to the introduction. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, I once again welcome all of you to this Bhakti Sanga Japa conference call. So today we will be moving on to our next session, that is Srimad Bhagavatam, which will be given by His Grace Baldev Prabhu. And before moving to the session, I would like to hand over the call to Paramapābanī Śyāmā Mataji to give brief introduction about Prabhuji. Over to you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you so much for the opportunity to give the introduction of today's speaker, who is His Grace Baladev Prabhuji, who came in touch with Iskcon in Mumbai in 1991, initiated in the year of 1995 by His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj at the age of 18 years. His father introduced him to Krishna consciousness, coming from the family of devotees. His parents as well as immediate relatives are all devotees in Iskcon and are initiated by His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, His Holiness Lokunath Swami Maharaj, and His Holiness Gopala Krishna Goswami Maharaj. At the age of 23 years, after completing his education and settling his father's business with full blessings of his family, he joined Iskcon Chaupaty Temple in Mumbai in 1999. He further holds multiple diplomas in various fields such as human resource and personal management, software management, business communication, tourism. He teaches Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti Vaibhav, Iskcon Disciple course, and other Shastri courses. He is a part of Iskcon Chaupaty Temple Management Team, Iskcon Chaupaty's Congregation Development Team, and its Satellite Center Coordination Team. He is also part of team which oversees the management of the annual Karthik Yatra. He is a member of National Core Team of Iskcon India Youth Preachers Association, IIYC. He is a part of national team of Iskcon India Book Distribution Committee. He is a regional secretary assistant in Maharashtra for Zone 5 districts, of Nanded, Jalna, Parvani, and Hingoli. He has conducted inspirational and leadership seminar for students and faculty of many recognized universities, corporate sectors, multinational companies in India as well as abroad. He also appeared in TV and radio shows, and he travels abroad to South America, Africa, and USA to share ideas of systems for book distribution, temple management, and youth preaching. Here is introduction for today's speaker, His Grace Baladev Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Over to you.
Hare Krishna, Paramapābanī Śyāmā Devī. Thank you so much for that brief introduction about Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji's services are unlimited. It's going on, and rightly Prabhuji has also joined. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. I once again welcome all of you to this Bhakti Sanga Japa conference call. So today we will be moving on to our next session, that is Srimad Bhagavatam, which will be given by His Grace Baldev Prabhu, and it is on the verse, Canto 7, chapter 11, and verses 6 and 7. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. All praise to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for joining the call and giving us your
Hare Krishna, can you hear me?
Yes, Prabhuji, we can hear you. And we are waiting for your katha. Various kathas you used to tell during the class, right? So please go ahead, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahiyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Uta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे कृष्ण। हरे Hare Krishna. So we are reading from the 7th canto, 11th chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam. We are covering verse number 6 and 7 today. Yovatiryaatmano amshena dakshayanyam tu dharmata lokanam swastaye dhyaste tapobadrikashrame. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Lord Narayan, along with his partial manifestation Nara, appeared in this world through the daughter of Daksha Maharaj known as Murti. He was begotten by Dharu Maharaj for the benefit of all living entities. Even now, he is still engaged in exhibiting great austerities near the place known as Badrikashram. There is no purport. We take the next verse, text number 7. Dharma moolam hi bhagavan sarva vedamayo hari katam cha tadvidam rajan yena chatma prasiddhati. Translation and purport. The Supreme Being, the personality of Godhead, is the essence of all Vedic knowledge, the root of all religious principles, and a memory of great authorities. O King Yudhishthir, this principle of religion is to be understood as evidence. On the basis of this religious principle, everything is satisfied, including one's mind, soul, and even one's body. As stated by Yamaraj, Dharmam tu Shakshat Bhagavat Pranitam. Yamaraj, the representative of the Lord who takes care of the living beings after their death, gives his verdict as to how and when the living being will change his body. He is the authority and he says that the religious principles consist of the codes and laws given by God. No one can manufacture religion, and therefore manufactured religious systems are rejected by followers of Vedic principles. In the Bhagavad Gita 15.15 it is said, Vedascha sarver ahameva vedyo. Vedic knowledge means to understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. Therefore, whether one speaks of the Vedas, scriptures, religion, or the principle of everyone's occupational duty, all of them must aim at understanding Krishna, Supreme Personality of Godhead. Srimad Bhagavatam 1.2.6 therefore concludes, Savai pumsam paro dharmo yato bhakti radhokshaje ahetuki apratihata yatma suprasidhati. In other words, religious principles aim at learning how to render transcendental loving service to the Lord. That service must be unmotivated and unchecked by material conditions. Then human society will be happy in all respects. The Smriti, the scriptures following the principles of Vedic knowledge, are considered the evidence of Vedic principles. There are 20 different types of scriptures of following Vedic principles. And among them, the scriptures of Manu and Yajnavalkya are considered to be all-pervading authorities. And the Yajnavalkya Smriti is said, Kuti Smriti Sadachara Pasya Cha Primatmanah Samyak Sankalpa Jakkamo Dharma Mudam Idam Svatam. One should learn human behavior from Shruti, the Vedas, and from Smriti, the scriptures, following the Vedic principles. Srila Rupa Goswami in his Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu says, Shruti Smriti Puranadi Pancharatra Vidin Vina Ekantikir Hare Bhaktir Utpatayaiva Kalpate. The purport is that to become a devotee, one must follow the principles laid down in Shruti and Smriti. One must follow the codes of the Puranas and the Pancharatric Vidhi. One cannot be a pure devotee without following the Shruti and Smriti. And the Shruti and Smriti without devotional service cannot lead one to the perfection of life. Therefore, from all the evidence, the conclusion is that without bhakti, devotional service, there is no question of religious principles. God is a central figure in the performance of religious principles. Almost everything going on in this world as religion is devoid of any idea of devotional service and is therefore condemned by the verdict of Srimad Bhagavatam. Without devotional service, so-called religious principles are only cheating. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So we are on the 11th chapter of the 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. We have been so far in 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam discussing about the pastimes of Lord Nrsimhadev, and leading to the pastime of Nrsimhadev was a discussion between Yudhishthir Maharaj and Narad Muni. The first chapter of the 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam describes the curiosity, the inquisitiveness of Yudhishthir Maharaj, and thereby Narad Muni goes on to narrate the beautiful series of instructions and pastimes connecting to Lord Nrsimhadev appearing and killing Hiranyakashipu and saving Prahlad Maharaj. So most of the 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam deals with the pastimes of Lord Nrsimhadev and Prahlad and Hiranyakashipu. Now as we move on in the 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, we are seeing here that Yudhishthir Maharaj and Narad Muni continue the discussion. Yudhishthir Maharaj, who is Dharmaraj, is known as the king who follows all dharma codes meticulously. This Yudhishthir Maharaj is taking the opportunity to ask about dharma from Narad Muni. So Dharmaraj is asking about dharma from Narad Muni, which shows that how in spiritual life a devotee, a Bhagavata, is never satiated about hearing about Krishna or Supreme Personality of Godhead. Right? So in the neophyte stage, people want to do minimum of bhakti. We are all confined with the number game, right? Sometimes people ask us, why only 16 rounds? Why 4 principles? Why specific things? because that's how things begin. Discipline way. It all begins when you discipline yourself, and after disciplining yourself and you get used to that discipline, then you can easily move forward and become attached to a particular thing in our life. Like for example, we are now having this Karthik month, the month of Damodar. So what is this Karthik month? Karthik month is nothing but a booster dose for our sadhana bhakti. In sadhana bhakti, we all have taken vows, or we're going to take vows, and we have set up a target for ourselves that every day we need to chant 16 rounds of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, all the four principles, serve devotees, and so on and so forth. Now, as we continue our regime in this material world, we all know the material world affects us, affects our Krishna consciousness also. Krishna consciousness is very pure, but material world and this situation around us affects our bhakti. And as a result, what happens? Whatever we take up vows or we take up a disciplined life, that becomes a little bit shackled or a little bit slack. And as a
Hare
result of
Krishna.
slackness, Hari bol. And as a result of the slackness, what happens? Our bhakti also. As a result of slackness in bhakti, what happens? Our Krishna consciousness gets affected. Now here we see this Karthik month, which we are now in. This Karthik month is a chance for us to revitalize ourselves. It is said, revitalize ourselves means one sense, like for example, now in the Karthik month, we keep on hearing that whatever you do in Karthik month will get more and more benefit. Same activity you do other months, compared to that in Karthik month, if you do the same activity, you will get more benefit, 1,000 times, lakhs, millions, right? So many different way we are encouraged to do more bhakti. So we are all eager to chant more, get up early in the morning and read Bhagavatam, chant more, and then after that, hear and then go to dhams, yatras, offer lamps, Damodar lamps, right? The whole idea is we want to get a chance to boost because there is some offer hanging there. We have an offer. Do this, get more. Do that, you get more. Even Diwali time also we see that Diwali also it's a time to purchase. And all the people, the markets, they are giving us offers. Diwali offer. You buy two, get two free, right? So in Krishna consciousness also we are transcendental offer to improve our spiritual life. And what is the purpose behind giving this offer is, if for the next 31 days or 30 days, whatever number of days we have, we keep on doing the same activity again and again, like let's say getting up early in the morning, chanting around for a particular time, or offering diya, lamps, we are more inclined to improve our bhakti. So once you do one activity regularly every single day for a number of days, it becomes a habit. And after Karthik, what will happen? We'll form a habit, and a habit chain is there. That will think, if I could do for 30 days, one or two more. So kind of there could be a kind of feeling in the heart. We should continue this again more in the remaining days or months of the year. So this idea of a devotee wanting more and more advancement in Krishna consciousness is actually in Parampara. We are seeing here example of Yudhishthira Maharaj. Yudhishthira Maharaj is Dharma Raj. He is the king who represents Dharma, personified Dharma. Right? And here Yudhishthira Maharaj is not asking some other question, but he wants to know about Dharma itself. He wants to update himself about Dharma. More he hears about Dharma, he feels better. So he, like for example, Yudhishthira Maharaj also in other cases, wherever he met great personalities, he asked about Dharma. In Mahabharata, there is a description of how Yudhishthira Maharaj went and asked about Dharma from Bhishma Pitama. So we see here Yudhishthira Maharaj wants to update himself. Yudhishthira Maharaj is not thinking, I am Dharma personified, I am the king of Dharma. I don't require to know Dharma. I am done. Everything is done. No, even in that case also, Yudhishthira Maharaj is eager to know about Dharma. So a great devotee is never satiated in hearing about Krishna. For him, it becomes more better. In the case of a sadhana bhakta, it becomes very much kind of a struggle. We are always struggling with our rounds. Once we complete our rounds, we feel very at ease. Okay, the rounds are done. But for a great devotee, as the round progresses, it becomes better and better. And he wants to do more and more. Kirtaniya Sadahari, 24 hours, he is immersed in remembering Krishna. So, by the example of Yudhishthira Maharaj, we see that how one should be eager. Even a great devotee like Yudhishthira Maharaj is eager to know about Dharma, even though he is already Dharma person. So, here in this particular two verses, which are today we are discussing, we get an understanding from Narad Muni that he heard about Dharma from whom? Narayan Rishi. Of that, Narayan Rishi was the one who gave him the understanding of Dharma. So Narad Muni is speaking about Dharma to Dharmaraj Yudhishthira Maharaj, but he is also quoting that I learned Dharma from my predecessor Acharya. And who is that predecessor Acharya? Narayan Rishi himself. So in the sixth verse, we see that Narad Muni is first describing how Dharma Maharaj or sage Dharma, he begot in his wife Murti two great personalities, Nara and Narayan Rishi, who went on to become Nara Narayan Rishi. Mahabharata mentions actually Dharma begot in Murti four incarnations of Lord, Hari, Krishna, Nara and Narayan. So first Hari and Krishna went to Badrika Ashram to do tapasya, and let Nara Narayan later went to do tapasya. So there are four incarnations of Lord who incarnated through the womb of Mother Murti. So Narayan Rishi are the one whom Narad Muni Narad Muni approached, and through Narayan Rishi, Narad Muni learned the Dharma codes. And here Narad Muni Parampara is giving that Dharma code to Yudhishthira Maharaj. So very important thing here, we can see that the aspect which is mentioned in the purport of Srila Prabhupada, the 7th verse, where Prabhupada speaks about that everything we do in our life should be based on scriptures. And that scripture should be based on Dharma codes. And ultimately, the idea behind Dharma or religious scriptures is to take shelter of Krishna, that is to render pure devotional service. So, I remember once Chaitanya Charan Prabhu was sharing a very nice anecdote. Somewhere in US he was traveling, and he was invited to one place which was a kind of organization, a spiritual organization, where he had to give a talk. It was kind of mixed up. It was not a Iskcon program, but it was a general organized, general spiritual place where some gathering was happening. So before his talk, there were some cultural activities. So there was one group of young students or young kids. They were reciting some verses from the Bhagavad Gita. So while they were reciting verses from the Bhagavad Gita, just like our kids and we also do recitation of verses of Bhagavad Gita, he heard that one of these verses were typically a different verse which we never hear in that fashion. Just like the Bhagavad Gita's most famous verse in the 18th chapter is Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam. So he was very alarmed to hear that the kids, they chanted these verses, Sarva Adharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam. Aham Tvam Sarva Papi. So surprised that Bhagavad Gita says Sarva Dharman Parityajya, and these kids are reciting Sarva Adharman Parityajya. So then later after that he asked the organizers that I heard this verse being spoken in this way, Sarva Adharman, why there is a change like that? So the organizers say that they have a local guru who changed this verse from Dharma he meant Adharma. And the understanding behind the whole idea was that how can Krishna, who is the protector of Dharma, who is the one who from where Dharma appears from his self, how can he ever say Sarva Dharman Parityajya and give up all dharmas? So the Guru felt that maybe there is a mistake in the Bhagavad Gita, in the printing mistake for many years it has happened, let us change it. And Krishna should actually say Sarva Adharman Parityajya. Krishna should say Krishna actually meant that we should give up all religion and surrender to dharma. Chaitanya Prabhu was mentioning this beautiful point that people get sometimes bogged down by the understanding Krishna ever spoke Sarva Dharman Parityaja. While Krishna speaks about Sarva Dharman Parityaja. But people are not aware that in this world, while there is adharma, even within the realm of dharma, there are different kinds of dharma. Like we have Varnashram dharma, Kshatriya dharma, Brahman dharma, Vaishya dharma, and then we have Brahmachari, Grahastha, Vanapa, Sannyas. We're going to discuss this in 11 and the 12th chapter is nothing but Narada is speaking about Varnashram dharma. So Varnashram dharma, there is Kula dharma. So many different types of dharmas we have to follow in our day-to-day life. So Krishna was telling to Arjuna that Baba, this so many dharmas you are following. He did not follow that because the topmost dharma and the end result of all these dharma is to surrender to Krishna. And here is Krishna saying, forget all these dharmas. You just surrender unto me. That is the main dharma. So Dharman Parityaja, all dharmas have to be given up so that Mamekam Sharanam Bhaja. That's the most important dharma. And here in this purpose, the Prabhupada also is focusing on that point. That the ultimate end of all religion is to surrender to Krishna, to serve Krishna, to render bhakti to Krishna. So there are so many verses which we can support, which we can quote to support this particular theme. Like we have this Dharmam tu Shakshat Bhagavat Pranitam. This verse was quoted in this purport. Dharmam tu Shakshat. What is that dharma? Sakshat dharma is what? Bhagavat Pranitam, which develops love for God. Pranita. Pranita means love. Dharma means that, but ultimately which will develop love for God. Then we also have Savai Pamsan Paro Dharmo Yatho Bhakti Radokshati. Ahetuki Apratiyata. Yatma Suprati. Again the same thing. The ultimate object of all dharma is to develop hankering and love to receive grace of Vasudeva Krishna. Then we have Vasudeva Parayana. So in this way, there are many quotations in the scriptures which mentions about how the ultimate end of religion is to surrender unto Krishna. And hence we find here Yudhishthira Maharaj, even though he is Dharmaraj, he also knows that there are many dharma principles in this world, but the ultimate dharma is to follow Krishna. We find in the history of Mahabharata, Maharaj Yudhishthira and all other brothers of Maharaj Yudhishthira, Arjuna, Bhima, Nakula, Sahadev, they followed very meticulously this particular dharma of surrendering to Krishna. While they are following the Kshatriya dharmas and other dharmas which are part of their daily duties as a king, as a Kshatriya, as a son, or as husbands, or as family men, but they always projected the highest dharma as the main dharma of their life was surrender to Krishna. And what is the how do you understand, judge, that King Yudhishthira Maharaj and all the Pandavas were actually following this greatest dharma of surrender to Krishna? Because whenever they were in trouble, their only resort was Krishna. They only thought of Krishna. They even did not ask Krishna for help. They just thought of Krishna. It was very natural for them to take shelter of Krishna in difficulty. A person who takes shelter of Krishna in normal times can easily take shelter of Krishna in difficulty. Right? A person who studies regular time can also study good in exam and also score well in exams. So Yudhishthira Maharaj and all the Pandavas, they were regularly very much engrossed, absorbed in the Krishna consciousness, and therefore when calamities came, they naturally thought of Krishna. And when Krishna disappeared from this world, Srimad Bhagavatam first canto, then what happens? It was not that some Krishna had to leave a message. Okay, I am leaving now this world. Yudhishthira Maharaj, make sure 20 more years should take the kingship, and then after that give to Parikshit Maharaj. He didn't write a will like that. Krishna never wrote a will for Yudhishthira Maharaj. Krishna just proceeded, and then immediately as a reaction, Yudhishthira Maharaj decided, Krishna has gone, what is the use of me? Let's move. And Pandavas retired time. So Yudhishthira Maharaj did not plan. There was not a meeting kind of thing. Let's decide, okay, now we are going, let's book this train, and then go to Himalayas, Haridwar. No planning. They decided Yudhishthira Maharaj did not even see left, right, center, forward. He just moved out without even waiting for his brothers to come. He just moved out, and the brothers were so much in sync with Yudhishthira Maharaj that behind Yudhishthira Maharaj walked out. He himself walked out. Arjuna, each of them walked out. They didn't plan. Nakula walked out. Saurya walked out. And all the 5 Pandavas and Draupadi also walked. So this was the natural result of Yudhishthira Maharaj following the main principle of Dharma, that is Sarva Dharman Parityaja Mamekam Sharanam Bhaja. So the highest of all Dharma is Bhagavad Dharma. We find when Srila Prabhupada, he went to America, he wrote a beautiful poem, Markini Bhagavad Dharma. Right? Beautiful, Markini Bhagavad Dharma. Srila Prabhupada had come in the Western world and he had come to establish the Bhagavad Dharma religion in this world. What is Bhagavad Dharma? Bhagavad Dharma is based on hearing and chanting. Which means whatever dharmas we are following, whether we are following Grahastha Dharma, Brahmachari Dharma, Vanaprastha, Sannyasa Dharma, Brahmana, Kshatriya, whatever duties, social duties, spiritual duties we are following, in that we need to always ensure that our Bhagavad Dharma is going on, that is hearing and chanting. Like we have a very beautiful podium of Bhakti Sanga here, and here we have multiple of devotees from different ashrams, different realms, different castes, different places. We all are, while we are doing our daily duties at home, we make ensure that we come on time here, chant together, hearing and chanting. We read Bhagavatam, hear Bhagavatam. This is a perfect example of how we dovetail everything we are doing in our life. But the main principle is Bhagavad Dharma, the process of hearing and chanting. That is the basis of everything. And whatever spiritual life we do, if the hearing and chanting is not the basis, then the spiritual life is very weak. Spiritual life is not much of a strong foundation. The main foundation of our spirituality should be hearing and chanting. So herein we can see this example of Yudhishthira Maharaj. He is encouraging all of us to very much focus on the core principles of Dharma. And the core principles of Dharma in this age of Kali Yuga is Bhagavad Dharma, the Dharma of hearing and chanting. We are very fortunate to have access of Srimad Bhagavatam thanks to Srila Prabhupada. In Srimad Bhagavatam we see, thanks to the great dialogues between great Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis, that we get chance to know about Bhagavad Dharma. I was amazed that Narad Muni keeps appearing so many times in Bhagavatam and is reminding us about the core principle of surrender to Krishna. The very Bhagavatam is a gift of Narad Muni to us. It was Narad Muni who encouraged Vyas Muni when he was in despondence, when he was confused. He was thinking, what's happening? I wrote all the Vedas, all the Puranas, Upaveda, Upapurana, everything I wrote, Itihasas, but he was not satisfied. It was Narad Muni who told Vyas Muni that you are not written Bhagavatam in a sense of pure devotion. The Bhagavatam result, the Bhagavatam came into existence through the guidance of Narad. Same Narad Muni appears in that very Bhagavatam in many places. Narad Muni instructs Prachetas, Prachini Varishad. Narad Muni is also the guru of Prahlad Maharaj. Narad Muni is the one who encouraged Dhruva Maharaj. So many places Narad Muni is coming and teaching Dharma, the real Dharma force. And here we are seeing Narad Muni is giving his beautiful instructions to Yudhishthira Maharaj. And Yudhishthira Maharaj is just drinking the beautiful nectar which is coming from Narad Muni's lotus form. And this is going on for the next 2-3 chapters. We find Narad Muni and Yudhishthira Maharaj's dialogue on Dharma codes is brilliantly presented by Srila Prabhupada in the Bhagavatam 7th canto through chapters 11, 12 and 13. So this was something which I thought I'll speak today and share with all of you. I also thought today is a very also auspicious day pertaining to Narottam Das Thakur. And Narottam Das Thakur also is an exemplary Vaishnava, a pure devotee, who based his life on hearing and chanting. He was himself a Mahabhagavat, but he showed us how to live in this material world while practicing Krishna consciousness. Narottam Das Thakur's life is one of the most exemplary life of a great Vaishnava. Narottam Das Thakur was even though born in a very rich family, and even though he had lot of mercy of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord Nityananda Prabhu and all the Vaishnavas, yet Narottam Das Thakur played a very down-to-earth life of a simple devotee and always yearned for mercy of other Vaishnavas. I have to speak some bit of narration of his beautiful life to all the devotees here. Narottam Das Thakur was born in Bangladesh, and he was born in a Kayastha family. Kayastha family is part of a Vaishya lineage, and this Kayastha family was a rich family. His father had possessions of few villages. He was a king there. His father's name was Krishnanand Datta. He was also a religious person, very pious man. And the mother's name was Narayani Devi. So through Krishnananda Datta and Narayani Devi, Narottam Das Thakur was born. Since childhood, he always showed a lot of feelings towards Krishna consciousness. He was not an ordinary child. He was more inclined towards bhakti. And his father saw that. And it is mentioned that he always was not much interested in worldly things. He was more interested in scriptures and Vaishnavas and more about Krishna consciousness. Now, Narottam Das Thakur is not just one of the Vaishnava acharyas, and he's not one of the most important Vaishnava acharyas, but he's a very prominent Vaishnava acharya. You see this very important point that Narottam Das Thakur, when he was only 12 years old, he received Krishna Prem directly through the agency of Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda. Narottam Das Thakur is one of the few Vaishnavas whom Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu predicted even before he was born. We all know from Chaitanya Charitamrita, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, on his first ever attempt to go to Vrindavan, he went via Ramakeli and Kanhai Natshala, and then he turned back and came back to Jagannath Puri. But on his journey, when he went to Ramakeli, he met Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami, who were working there as ministers of Nawab Hussain Shah. So after that whole thing, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as he moved ahead, Mahaprabhu saw the beautiful river Padma flowing. Padma is not different from Ganga. Ganga is flowing from North Himalayas, comes down, and it is said that as Ganga enters Bengal, it gets bifurcated into two, a small Ganga and a big Ganga. The big Ganga moves in Bangladesh as Padma River, and the small Ganga comes as Bhagirathi Ganga, which flows via Mayapur into Calcutta and then to Bay of Bengal. So, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as was dancing in Kirtan and going, he saw the Padma River, and then he exclaimed, Narottam, Narottam, Narottam. Nityananda was there, all other devotees were there. They were thinking, who is this Narottam? Because there was no Narottam that time existing. There was no devotee, no personality whom they knew of the name Narottam. So immediately everyone thinking, whom Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is calling? But devotees could predict. That was Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu thinking about a great Vaishnava to come in the future, and Mahaprabhu is thinking about Narottam. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to Padma River, and while taking bath in Padma River, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu deposited the love of Godhead, Krishna Prem, into Padma River. The river Padma, goddess, she came out and took that love in her hands. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, later in the history, Narottam will come here and take bath in you, and that time you give this Krishna Prem to him. And Mahaprabhu Swami Nityananda said, you take the full in charge of responsibility to make sure that this Krishna Prem goes to Narottam Das. So Mahaprabhu continues this Leela, and Mahaprabhu performs his disappearance pastime in Puri, and things go on. Nityananda is still in this planet, and there in this place, Bangladesh, Raja Shah, that Narottam Das Thakur is born. And at the age of 12, Narottam Das Thakur, then that time, is inspired in a dream by Nityananda to go to Padma rivers. Early morning, Narottam Das Thakur goes into Padma river. And that time goddess Padma comes out and deposits the Krishna Prem in the body of Narottam Das Thakur. And Narottam Das Thakur wore that time till the time of age of 12, he was having a kind of a very dark complexion. Then suddenly becomes very enlightened and becomes like golden complexion. As soon as he comes to his home, his parents could see the difference. Their son is a different person. His whole appearance has changed. Narottam Das Thakur's life had become something special. And Narottam Das Thakur, soon inspired by the example of Lord Chaitanya, he left his hometown and traveled across Bengal to meet great Vaishnavas on his tour. And it is said that while he was touring and he came to Navadvip Dham, and in Navadvip Dham, he got a beautiful darshan of Lord Nityananda Prabhu because he wanted to see the beautiful pastime places of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Lord Nityananda Prabhu appeared in front of Narottam Das Thakur and gave him beautiful vision of Navadvip Dham. And then later, Narottam Das Thakur was inspired to go to Vrindavan Dham, and he took shelter of Lokanath Goswami. Narottam Das Thakur had come to Vrindavan, and at that time Lokanath Goswami, one of the earliest Goswami who came before even 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan, was sent by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to Vrindavan, the first person to go there. Bhugarabha Goswami and Lokanath Goswami, the initial devotees who moved from Bengal to Vrindavan, understanding that Mahaprabhu has a mission there. So Lokanath Goswami was residing Khadiravan, and there Narottam Das Thakur came to take initiation from Lokanath Goswami. And Lokanath Goswami told that I am a very small person. I don't initiate anyone. Please kindly take initiation from someone else. But Narottam Das Thakur persisted. And it is said 1 year he stayed in Khadiravan, and every day without missing any opportunity, he always cleaned that area where Lokanath Goswami would respond to the call of nature. So after a few days and kind of Lokanath Goswami could understand that there's something going on here, that I could see this whole place is always clean and neat. How it is possible? So Lokanath Goswami hides around and checks at how Narottam Das Thakur is in the very place where he has responded to nature's call. So Lokanath Goswami becomes very much deep in touch. He says, Narottam, you are born in a king's family. What kind of small, like a very low job you are doing of cleaning the place where people respond to nature's call? And Narottam Das Thakur said, if you don't give initiation, what can I do? This is the only service I can do for you. So Lokanath Goswami accepts Narottam Das Thakur as only disciple. And then Narottam Das Thakur is sent by Lokanath Goswami to study under Jiva Goswami. So it was under Jiva Goswami that Lokanath Goswami and then Narottam Das Thakur along with meets Srinivas Acharya and Shyamanand Pandit. So now there is a trio of great Vaishnavas who have a mission to perform. Jiva Goswami, he trains all his 3 wonderful Vaishnavas in all the Vedic literatures he has got from the Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, all great Vaishnavas who were Goswamis of that time, trains them, and then he calls all 3 of them and tells that now I want you to take this only scripture, the only copy here. You take it to Bengal, get it copied. Those were the days when there was no printing press, there was no Xerox machine. And the whole idea was that they will write it down. That means they'll employ some people who will take this book and as it is copied that, and multiple copies will be made. So the whole, can you imagine whatever he had, Jiva Goswami gave it to all 3. How much faith and trust he had on these 3 great Vaishnavas. Jiva Goswami told them that Narottam Das Thakur, you go to Bangladesh, East Bengal, you preach there. Spread the love of Godhead. Shyamanand Pandit, you go and preach in Odisha. And Srinivas Acharya, you preach in West Bengal. So 3 different Prabhu Datta Desh were given to these 3 personalities. To cut the whole story short, then we know that how the scriptures were stolen by King Birambir, and then he also became a devotee by the grace of Srinivas Acharya. But Narottam Das Thakur returned back to East Bengal. In Khituri, he began preaching, and one of the understanding the pulse of people in that era, Narottam Das Thakur preached in a unique methodology of rendering philosophy of Krishna consciousness through music and through bhajans. And that's why you find Narottam Das Thakur's bhajans are so many. Why? Because he found that this is the best way of preaching in that era. So Narottam Das Thakur wrote many, many bhajans. And what was the mood of his writing? He was actually feeling within his own heart, in his own deep realm of his essence of his heart. He was feeling very humble, very down to earth, very fallen. and that is reflected in his bhajan. Narottam Das Thakur is that person whom Lord Chaitanya predicted. Is that person whom Lord Chaitanya gave his Krishna Prem directly via Padma River. And yet Narottam Das Thakur, when he pens down his emotions, his feelings, we see that his feelings are all so genuine as a servant of servant. So many beautiful bhajans he writes. One bhajan which Srila Prabhupada always loved to sing was Hari Hari Bifale Janama Gonaima. Narottam Das Thakur, when he writes this bhajan, when we actually sing this bhajan, we understand the bhav of Narottam Das Thakur. Narottam Das Thakur is saying that I have wasted my human form of life because I did not take seriously the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And he says that, Lord, you have appeared as Brajendra has come as Lord Gaura, and Balaram has come as Nityananda, and they have delivered Jagat Mata, and speeding that I also made deliverance. And said that you have given so much mercy to me, but I don't have taste for that. Really. The genuine feeling of heart which Narottam Das Thakur expresses. And in Iskcon, we regularly, one of the beautiful bhajans we every day sing in Iskcon Temple is the Guru Puja bhajan, right? We sing Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakti Sadma. It was written by Narottam Das Thakur. And he's writing that in glorification of his spiritual master Lokanath Goswami. And Narottam Das Thakur is showing his intense desire to serve his spiritual master, and how he is reflecting his consciousness of being fallen. Aha Prabhu Koro Daya Deho More Padachaya Shri Guru Karuna Sindhu Adhama Janaravan. He is calling himself Adhama, Patatita, and his spiritual master is Patita Pavan. So this is the beautiful narration, the heart of Narottam Das Thakur coming out of his bhajans. Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj was once approached by one devotee, and he asked Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, how can we achieve Krishna Prem in this very life? Gaur Kishore Babaji Maharaj told him, give me few annas. That time, the currency of that time was not paisa or rupees in India now. It was more to annas and kodis. So I don't give 5 annas or 6 annas. So he said, give me 6 annas, I'll give Krishna Prem. And the plan was started, the devotee was started. How can someone get 6 annas Krishna Prem? So please explain how you can get 6 annas Krishna Prem. He said 6 annas, you can buy 2 books of Narottam Das Thakur, Prarthana and Prem Bhakti Chandrika. These 2 books of Narottam Das Thakur, which is based on his bhajans, you read these 2 books and you can get Krishna Prem. So this was how Gaur Kishore Babaji Maharaj understood the deep purports of Narottam Das Thakur singing of his Vaishnava bhajans. So we are so blessed that we have so easy access to all his bhajans, Narottam Das Thakur, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and all his Vaishnava acharyas. We just have to click some buttons and open those pages and sing those bhajans so beautifully. Even how to sing those bhajans are available on YouTube. There's so many devotees that teach us how to sing, how to play harmonium, how to play kartal. We just are so blessed by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada that everything is so easily available at the fingertips. What was so difficult, not easily available before Srila Prabhupada, but Srila Prabhupada's preaching, his growing of Iskcon, even at different places, different corners of the world, we can access this secret bhajans, this beautiful life's history of Narottam Das Thakur. We can read Srimad Bhagavatam anywhere, right? So it's our great fortune that we are part of this historical movement of Iskcon, Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, under Srila Prabhupada's great leadership. We're all basking in the beautiful sunlight of Krishna consciousness, accessing Krishna so much. Never ever before anywhere in the world, anyone before us had so much of access of Krishna consciousness that we are having access. We are very thankful to Narottam Das Thakur, thankful to the whole Parampara, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur, Srila Prabhupada, and all of us, we are all of Guru Maharaj, that by their mercy we are accessing it. We just cannot even, I personally feel that even if we glorify all these acharyas, that will be still a very much mechanical glorification, at least in my case. We have not even understood what it means, what they have given us. And let's end with a small story of Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada was in Bhaktivedanta Manor, London, UK. And there's one devotee who came back after a very late night program or book distribution, and he entered the temple hall, temple premises, and everyone was sleeping in the temple. There was no every pin drop silence. This one room was lit up, and that was the place where Srila Prabhupada stayed, and he was busy writing his books. So as he moved on, he thought, let me just open the door of Srila Prabhupada a little bit, take his darshan, and go to take rest. Right? So the whole idea, Srila Prabhupada, to get darshan of Srila Prabhupada, this devotee just opened the door a little bit, and he was peeping in to see Prabhupada translating books. So Prabhupada could feel that there was some devotee trying to peep in. So Prabhupada said, who is that? Come in. So the devotee entered Prabhupada's room, offered obeisance to Prabhupada. And said, Prabhupada, here we can see in this whole temple, everyone is sleeping except you, Prabhupada. And you are doing such a wonderful work. You're working so hard, Prabhupada, just for us, sacrificing our sleep. So Prabhupada said, we are so thankful to you, Prabhupada. Prabhupada told him, actually, you will never know how much hard I have to work to write this Srimad Bhagavatam. You're getting an idea of how much hard I'm working in night. But I have to really strain myself. I have to go through all the Acharya's commentary, and then I have to present the conclusions of Acharya in such a way that you all can easily understand in the future. So Prabhupada said, you are trying to understand how hard I am working, but you never able to understand how really hard I am working. This devotee came out with full of enlightenment that actually Srila Prabhupada was really working hard beyond our understanding of hard work. So Prabhupada was, generally we are more into our understanding of hard work is also very much based on our perception. But the hard work put in by Srila Prabhupada, our Guru Maharaj, our Acharyas are beyond our parlance. And therefore we are just eternally indebted to our Guru Parampara for giving us access to Srimad Bhagavatam, giving access to the beautiful pastimes of great Vaishnava Acharyas and the song and all this beautiful, wonderful philosophy of Krishna consciousness presented in an easy way which can easily accept it and practice Krishna consciousness. So we'll halt here, we'll stop here. Thank you for joining today. Any questions, query, comments are welcome. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. And Pranam Jai Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Prabhuji,
Hare
for coming
Krishna.
on. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhuji, for also narrating Narottam Das Thakur glories. Certainly, we all love bhajans of Srila Narottam Das Thakur. And very beautiful story of Srila Prabhupada. How much he has given to whole humanity. We can continue talking about it, and it will still be, we can't even fully glorify Srila Prabhupada, what he has done for all of us. So, dear devotees, if anybody has any questions or comments for Prabhuji, yeah, Rakesh Prabhu has raised his hand. Hare Krishna, Rakesh Prabhu, Dhanva Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, am I audible? Okay.
Yeah,
Prabhuji, so you are mentioning about Smriti and like Vedas and scriptures, Prabhuji. Does scriptures doesn't cover the Vedas, Prabhu?
I didn't get you. What? That's
Like you have covered about you told about scriptures and Vedas. So does scriptures does it not cover the Vedas, Prabhu?
scriptures and Vedas are not different. Like if I tell you lunch and dal roti, right? They both are same, right? Sometimes you may use the same name at different times in different ways. So Bhagavatam is scripture, Vedas are scripture, Shruti, Smriti are scriptures. Scripture may also be told as Vedic Shastras. Shastra scripture, you may use this name interchangeably, right? Literatures,
Right.
like sometimes you have this 10 instructions of 10 offenses, right? 10 offenses to the holy names. So there is one offense to consider the holy, scriptures or scriptures in persons of the Vedic wisdom, right? In some temple they read Vedic literatures, in pursuance of Vedic literature, and sometimes Vedic in pursuance of Vedic scriptures. Now, I don't find any devotee fighting on that. Prabhu, in India you have Vedic scriptures. Why in Canada you have Vedic literature? We understood same thing. Literature, scriptures, Vedas, Vedic scriptures. Interchangeably we use those names. So that
So
is
why
the
they have mentioned? So why they have mentioned as Shruti and Smriti, Prabhuji?
yeah, Shruti
For
and Smriti. Yeah, Shrutis are the Vedas are called Shrutis, right? The Vedas are Shrutis. Smritis are the Puranas. So what is Shruti? Shruti is the original Vedas which were compiled by Vedvyas Rishi, which he divided into four: Atharva, Riga, Yajur, and Samaved. And this is directly coming from Krishna. Vedas are axiomatic truth, they call it. Apaurushya. Apaurushya is not created by any humans. So the Vedas has directly come from Lord Krishna to Lord Brahma. And then Brahma just spoke those Vedas from his four mouths. So those are the four Vedas. Okay. Now later, Vyasa Muni, to explain those Vedas, wrote many more literatures. They are called Puranas, Itihasas, and they are called Smriti, Smriti Shastras. Like for example, today's Bhagavatam class. Today's Bhagavatam class is a verse given to me, 6th and 7th verse. So this is already a text. So even though you have access of text, all of you, every single day, you can read that text and just why you have to join Bhakti Sanga group. You can just read Bhagavatams. Prabhu, you give a class, 1 hour class, I can read in 5 minutes that text, 6 and 7, done. But we all join the Bhagavatam class because we need to know more about this verse. Elaborate, detailed understanding of the verse. And therefore we sit in Bhagavatam class and the speaker speaks elaborately on that verse. So in this context of Bhakti Sangha, we can call this verse 6 and 7 as Shruti. And the explanation given by the speaker could be Shruti, like that. So Vedvyas, he compiled the Puranas, which are nothing but Shrutis explained in a very natural and very easy to understand way, with some lot of historical references. Puranas contains Vedic axioms, truths, but they are elaborated through some stories. We find Bhagavatam is nothing but stories of all great kings, Raja Rishis, and also great Mahabhagavat, great devotees. And through that life, we are able to understand the codes of Dharma. So Shrutis and Smritis are both are important. Mayavadi is only give importance to Shruti, and they say Puranas and Itihas are all made by men, human beings. But it's not like that. No ordinary human being can compile Smriti. Right? Vedvyas compiled 18 Puranas, but can someone do it? Today, if you give a chance to anyone to even compile another new Purana, they will not be able to compile also, because Purana has a lot of technical understanding. There are different way it has to present it, shloka style, and translation, what it should contain to make a Purana. Right? And then therefore Vedvyas give the whole Puranas. And those Puranas also are not like a random discussion. They are quoting very high profile people. There is Skanda Puran, which is nothing but discussion of Sati and Lord Shiva, right? And there is Brahma Puran, there is connection of Brahmaji's dialogue with Narad Muni and his 4 Kumaras. And so many Puranas there's nothing but compilation of great dialogue. So what is a stanza of Vedic scriptures, the Shrutis, are explained by the Vedas, the Puranas, in a way which can be easily understandable. So that is understanding between understanding of the word Shruti and Smriti. Both are important for us, and both play an important role in our day-to-day life. And Srimad Bhagavatam is a unique Smriti. Why? Because even though 18 Puranas are given by Vedvyas Muni, and we have Bhagavad Puran also, yet it is though part of a Smriti, but Srimad Bhagavatam is also called as Vedanta Sutra commentary. Because Vedanta Sutra is nothing but Vedas, the Shrutis, given in a coded form. And that coded form is explained explained in natural way by Vedvyas, who wrote the Vedanta Sutra. His commentary is Srimad Bhagavatam. So Srimad Bhagavatam is Puran, and also he is also called as Bhagavatam is the essence of Vedas, and also Bhagavatam is natural commentary of Vedas. So what we are now very beautifully able to understand the Paramapābanī Śyāmā. It is the essence of Vedas. It is natural commentary of Vedanta Sutra, and also it is a Smriti. So Bhagavatam reading contains everything. Nigama kalpataro galitam phalam. It is a ripened fruit of the Vedic knowledge tree. So we are very fortunate to be discussing Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the essence, and everything what you need is there in Bhagavatam. And Bhagavatam contains 12 cantos, 18,000 verses, and Srila Prabhupada's one of the main contribution to the whole world was his contribution of Srimad Bhagavatam. Prabhupada gave us so many books, but he was main, if you see, whole his life was dedicated to write Srimad Bhagavatam. And Prabhupada Prabhupada was in a very light tone. He was discussing with few devotees, and he happened to tell that Prabhupada mentioned that I was thinking of writing a book. It was Rupa Goswami inspired me in Anitha Temple to write Srimad Bhagavatam. So Prabhupada took up the Srimad Bhagavatam writing, and he wrote the Bhagavatam almost whole life. He was writing Srimad Bhagavatam, right? The fag end of his life, last breath, Prabhupada was dictating purport of Srimad Bhagavatam. The Prabhupada, the Bhagavatam is will give life to everyone, will give understanding to everyone. Okay.
Thanks, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Rakesh Prabhu. Thank you for asking. Every question is good. We learn from every question. You asked Prabhu a small thing, and Prabhu elaborated on Shruti and Smriti and gave example of Bhakti Sanga Japa groups. That's nice. Thank you, Rakesh Prabhu, for asking. Hey, Mangi Mataji, would you like to go ahead, please?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, very beautiful class. I just wanted to know this, the books of Narottam Das Thakur, you sort of gave the name. One is Prarthana and the second is Prem Bhakti Chandrika. Are these books still available?
Hare Krishna. Got muted, I think so.
Oh, sorry, Prabhu. So the books you mentioned are Prarthana and Prem Bhakti Chandrika of Srila Narottam Das Thakur. Okay,
thanks to Srila Prabhupada and his disciples that even these books are available for us. Yeah, these books are written.
Prabhu.
Our devotees, the Prabhupada disciples, I think so Bhanu Maharaj also has written these books, Prarthana and Prem Bhakti Chandrika. These are available. So small books are there, not very big books. But in fact, if you go to Prarthana book, then you see that most of the bhajans we sing in our daily life, they are in Prarthana. Right? Even the whole song book which we have got, in which Narottam Das Thakur song is there, most of the books, bhajans are there in the song book are from Prarthana book.
Okay, Prabhu. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Mataji, Paramapābanī Mataji has posted mercifully the link of the book if you would like to see Iskcon Desire. So you can click and have the reading of the book if you have time. So, Prabhuji, I don't see any more hands raised. So I think, Prabhuji, we can end the call. Yes, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you for coming on the call. Very mercifully you come on the call and very nicely explain the basics of Krishna consciousness. So, dear devotees, let us pay our humble obeisances to all the assembled Vaishnavas and Prabhuji. Vancha kalaptaru bhaishyacha kripa sindhu bhaivacha
Patitānaṁ pāvanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namah.
Srila
Prabhupada ki
Jai.
Thank you,
Radhe
Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Jai.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
Radhe Radhe.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Nityananda.
Gauranga Nityananda.
Radhe Radhe.
Nityananda.